Hey everyone, JJ here, ready to take you on a journey like no other. South Korea isn't just K-pop dramas or spicy food. This is a country where ancient landscapes brush shoulders with futuristic skylines. Imagine a land where misty mountains rise behind glass towers and centuries-old traditions thrive in buzzing urban streets. Here, nature and city life aren't opposites. They're partners in an epic story that's still being written every day. From the roar of volcanic eruptions to the whispers of royal courts, South Korea's landscapes have been sculpted by forces of nature and the hands of history alike. Each mountain, river, and temple tells a tale, a legacy of resilience, beauty, and invention. This is a place where every rock and rooftop has a story to tell, and I can't wait to share them with you. So come with me on this adventure. We'll travel across the country, from volcanic islands and snowy highlands to the heart of vibrant Seoul. Along the way, we'll meet traditions you've never seen, witness views you won't believe, and uncover the real magic of South Korea's most unreal landscapes. Are you ready? Let's go. Our first stop is Jeju Island, the largest island in South Korea, and a place that feels like it belongs to another world. Born from ancient volcanic eruptions, Jeju's very bones are made of lava. Imagine black stone fields that stretch for miles, dramatic cliffs carved by the ocean, and a coastline that's always changing under the relentless waves. Hallasan, the tallest mountain in South Korea, rises at the island's heart, its peak often hidden by clouds and myths. Hiking here means crossing lava tubes, ancient forests, and wind-swept craters, nature's own playground. But Jeju isn't just about wild landscapes. It's about the people who've made this place home, especially the legendary Haenyeo, women divers who plunge into icy waters without oxygen tanks, harvesting treasures from the sea. Their strength and traditions have shaped Jeju's unique culture, setting it apart from the rest of Korea. When you walk along the beaches, you'll see their catch drying in the sun, hear their stories in local museums, and maybe even spot them bobbing in the waves at dawn. The food here? Unbelievable. Think abalone porridge, black pork barbecue, and tangerines sweetened by volcanic soil. Every bite tells the story of the land and the sea fighting and feeding each other. And the villages, stone walls, tiny houses, and fields of yellow canola flowers swaying in the wind. Jeju is a land where time doesn't move in straight lines. Ancient shamanic traditions sit side by side with ultra-modern art museums and quirky cafes. And don't forget the legends. Jeju's folklore is alive in every rock and cave. Locals talk about guardian spirits that watch over the island, and you'll see stone grandfather statues, or Dolhareubang, standing guard everywhere. At night, the stars here burn brighter, unspoiled by city lights, and the sound of waves crashing against volcanic cliffs is the island's eternal lullaby. Jeju is a place where fire, water, earth, and wind never stop dancing. It's a living reminder that South Korea's beauty often begins where the land meets the sea, and where people and nature work together to create something truly extraordinary. Now, let's trade volcanic shores for the rolling ridges of the Daegwallyeong Highlands. Here, the land rises and falls in gentle waves, covered in emerald grass during summer and blanketed with snow in winter. It's the kind of place where the sky feels impossibly close and the wind never stops moving. In the colder months, these hills become a winter wonderland, drawing skiers and snowboarders who carve their own stories in fresh powder. But Daegwallyeong isn't just about sports or scenery. Historically, these highlands were a crucial gateway, a natural corridor connecting the eastern and western regions of Korea. For centuries, traders, soldiers, and travelers crossed these ridges, leaving behind traces of their journeys in old stone fences and hidden trails. Every step here feels like walking through a living time capsule. In the summer, the highlands transform into a giant green pasture, dotted with sheep grazing under the watchful eyes of shepherds. The Daegwallyeong Sheep Farm is a must-visit, especially if you want to experience the peaceful rhythm of rural Korean life. The wind turbines that dot the ridges are both futuristic and serene, spinning steadily against the endless sky, a symbol of how old and new can coexist in harmony. Wake up early, and you might see a sea of clouds rolling over the hills, making the whole landscape look like an island floating in the sky. It's a photographer's dream and a hiker's paradise, with trails leading to panoramic views that stretch all the way to the distant East Sea. Daegwalyeong is a place where the elements are always at play, where the cold bites, the grass grows wild, and the wind sings through the turbines. It's a reminder that in Korea, even the quietest landscapes are shaped by history and the unstoppable power of nature. Next, we step into one of the world's most unique and misunderstood landscapes, the Korean Demilitarized Zone, or DMZ. Stretching 250 kilometers across the peninsula, the DMZ divides North and South Korea, a scar from decades of conflict, but also a place where nature has quietly reclaimed its place. Here, military fences and observation towers stand side by side, with untouched forests and wetlands teeming with life. At Imjingak Park, visitors can see the Freedom Bridge, where prisoners of war once crossed back to the south. There are statues, memorials, and even a rusting old locomotive that tells the story of a divided nation. But look beyond the history, and you'll find a landscape that's become an accidental wildlife reserve. With people mostly kept out, rare cranes, wild deer, and even endangered otters have turned the DMZ into a secret haven. From the observation platforms, the view is both haunting and beautiful. Rolling hills and meadows that have grown wild, dotted with the relics of war. Walk along the barbed wire fences, and you'll spot wildflowers blooming defiantly, birds soaring overhead, and maybe even a glimpse of the elusive Amur leopard. It's a place where nature has written its own story of resilience and hope. The DMZ isn't just about conflict, it's about the possibility of peace. Every year, people gather here for festivals and art installations, turning this line of division into a space for connection and reflection. The sound of birdsong echoes across the fields, reminding us that life finds a way, even in the most unlikely places. Visiting the DMZ is a powerful experience, a reminder that landscapes hold memories, and that even the wounds of history can heal, given time and space. Here, South Korea's unreal beauty is inseparable from its deepest scars and its brightest hopes for the future. Let's head down to the southern coast, where the sound of waves meets the calm of prayer at Haedong Yeonggungsa Temple. Perched on dramatic seaside cliffs near Busan, this temple is unlike any other in Korea, which are usually hidden deep in the mountains. Here, stone stairways wind down to the sea, lanterns bob in the salty breeze, and Buddhist statues watch over the crashing surf. Arrive before dawn, and you'll join pilgrims and photographers waiting for that magical sunrise. As the first light spills over the horizon, the temple's golden rooftops glow, casting long shadows across the rocks. It's a moment that feels both ancient and new, as if time itself pauses to watch the day begin. The air is filled with the sound of waves and the soft chants of morning prayers, an experience that touches anyone lucky enough to witness it. Haedong Yeonggungsa is a place of legends, built in the 14th century and dedicated to the goddess of mercy. The temple's stone pagodas, guardian lions, and intricate carvings tell stories of faith and protection. Walk the 108 steps, symbolizing the 108 defilements in Buddhism, and each step brings you closer to both the sea and a sense of peace. During festivals, the temple is a riot of color. Hundreds of lanterns strung from rooftops and trees, their reflections dancing on the water below. The scent of incense drifts through the air, mixing with the salt from the ocean, creating a sensory memory you'll never forget. Haedong Yeonggungsa Temple shows us how, in Korea, the sacred and the natural world are never far apart. Here, cliffs become altars, waves become prayers, and every sunrise is a new beginning. Now, let's dive headfirst into Seoul, the capital city, where tradition and technology are constantly colliding and collaborating. From above, Seoul is a sea of skyscrapers, neon signs, and bridges arching over the Han River. But look closer, and you'll find pockets of quiet, forested mountains rising right inside the city, ancient palaces hidden among office towers, and bustling markets that have survived for centuries. Seoul isn't just a city. It's a living organism that never sleeps. The subway here is like a bloodstream, pumping millions of people to work, school, and play every day. Step inside, and you'll see everything from grandmas hauling groceries to teenagers glued to their smartphones, all moving in perfect rhythm. Above ground, the Han River is Seoul's playground, with parks, bike trails, and festivals lighting up its banks year-round. One of the most magical things about Seoul is how it blends the old with the new. In one afternoon, you can wander through a royal palace, get lost in street art in Hongdae, eat your way through a traditional market, and finish with a sunset hike up Namsan Mountain. Urban forests like Bukhansan and Namsan are the city's lungs, places where locals escape to breathe, think, and reconnect with nature. Seoul's skyline is constantly changing, but its heart is steady. Whether you're sipping coffee in a hanok or gaming in a high-tech PC bang, you're part of a story that stretches back centuries and looks boldly toward the future. The city is loud, colorful, and always surprising, a place where every street corner offers something new. In Seoul, the energy is infectious. It's a reminder that Korea's unreal landscapes aren't just about mountains and islands. They're also about the electric life of the city and the people who call it home. It's time for another volcanic wonder, Seongsan Ilchulbong, or Sunrise Peak, on the eastern tip of Jeju Island. Imagine a giant, grass-covered crater rising straight out of the sea, its jagged cliffs catching the first light of day. This UNESCO World Heritage Site was formed over 5,000 years ago by underwater volcanic eruptions, and today it's one of Korea's most stunning natural landmarks. Climbing to the top is an adventure in itself. The trail winds through fields of wildflowers, past grazing horses and ancient lava formations. The air gets fresher with every step, and soon you're standing at the rim of the crater, looking down into a bowl of green that seems to glow in the morning sun. Turn around, and the ocean stretches out forever, waves crashing against black volcanic rocks far below. Locals and tourists alike flock here before dawn to catch the sunrise. Trust me, it's worth every lost minute of sleep. As the sun rises over the horizon, the crater lights up in gold and pink, and the whole landscape feels like it's waking up with you. It's a moment of pure magic, one that brings people together from all over the world. Seongsan Ilchulbong isn't just a pretty face either. The site is rich with history and legend, and local guides love to share stories about dragons, ancient rituals, and the power of nature. Nearby, the fishing village of Seongsan offers a taste of Jeju's maritime culture, with fresh seafood and friendly smiles waiting at every corner. This is a place where earth, sky, and sea come together in a perfect moment. A reminder that some of the most unreal landscapes are the ones shaped by fire, water, and time. And for our final stop, let's return to the heart of Seoul and step back in time at Gyeongbokgung Palace. Built in the 14th century, this grand complex has witnessed invasions, restorations, and the changing tides of Korean history. Walk through its towering gates, and you'll enter a world of elegance, sweeping courtyards, colorful pavilions, and tranquil lotus ponds, all set against the backdrop of city skyscrapers and Bukhansan Mountain. Gyeongbokgung isn't just a museum. It's a living symbol of Korea's royal heritage. Every day, the changing of the guard ceremony brings the past to life, with soldiers in traditional uniforms marching beneath the palace's massive roofs. The geometric beauty of the architecture, the intricate wooden carvings, the perfect symmetry of the gates, shows the artistry and ambition of Korea's ancient kings. Inside the palace grounds, you'll find the National Folk Museum, which preserves the stories of everyday Koreans. There are secret gardens and hidden corners where you can imagine princes and poets wandering in the moonlight. And every so often, the sound of drums and music fills the air, reminding visitors that history here is not just remembered, it's performed. What's most breathtaking is how Gyeongbokgung stands at the crossroads of old and new. Step outside the palace walls, and suddenly you're in the middle of modern Seoul, bustling streets, trendy cafes, and high-speed trains. It's a powerful contrast that makes the palace feel even more timeless and unreal. Gyeongbokgung is more than just a tourist destination. It's the beating heart of Korea's story. It's where the past and present meet, and where every visitor can feel like royalty, even if it's just for a moment. Wow, what a journey! From volcanic islands and misty highlands to bustling cities and sacred temples, South Korea's landscapes are as unreal as they are unforgettable. But don't just take my word for it. These places are waiting for you to explore them in person. Pack your bags, charge your camera, and let your curiosity lead the way. There's a whole world here just waiting to be discovered. Remember, the true beauty of South Korea lies not just in its breathtaking views, but in the harmony between nature, history, and modern life. Here, ancient legends breathe alongside cutting-edge technology. Wild landscapes cradle lively cities. Each place we visited tells a different part of Korea's story. One of resilience, creativity, and endless wonder. So whether you're chasing sunrises on Jeju, wandering through royal palaces, or just enjoying street food under neon lights, South Korea will surprise you at every turn. Thanks for joining me on this adventure. Now it's your turn to find your own piece of magic in the land of morning calm.